Hi, I'm James from Hope TechWorks, and today I'm going to show you how to customize the look of the teleprompter. Here I have the demo script loaded, and the first thing we can do is just click on the wrench down here below the teleprompter output preview. In here we can customize the settings. The first option here is the text scale. That option allows you to set whatever size that you require for the text. The indicator position. Now the indicators are used to show the talent where the camera lens is actually located behind the teleprompter. So you can move this in any direction that you would like just to show where the teleprompter lens, the center of the lens is. Typically on some teleprompters you would have it in the center, others you could have it a little bit below center, depending on the setup of your particular teleprompter apparatus. We also can choose the color of those indicators to make them stand out. The default is lime green. And we can change the size of them. You can make them really big or really small. Indicator visibility is also configurable. You can change from the default of both sides to the left only, right only, or completely remove them. And this option actually allows you to maximize the horizontal space in the teleprompter for text, allowing you to fit more per line. We can change the aspect ratio from 4:3 to 16:9, depending on your particular teleprompter equipment. We can change the position of the timer. As you can see here, the timer is set to top right. Down here, we can change that. So we can put top left, top center. Of course, we have the top right option we had before, but then there's also above the indicators on the left, which allows you to basically pin the clock or the timer to the position of the indicators to make it easy to see. In some cases, it could depend on the position of your lens, the tilt of the teleprompter, whether or not you can actually see the timer at the top of the teleprompter. And pinning it to the indicator helps to combat any issues with that. And of course, we can do that onto the right side as well. We can also put down the bottom, as you can see above, bottom center and bottom right. And right next to that is a jump to the timer settings, which we will go through in another video. Let me just set this back to the default. We also have the ability to show triggers. Now triggers we'll cover in another video, but they are basically ways that scrolling through the teleprompter allow you to trigger external equipment or even specific functions within CueCast Prompter itself. So if I turn that on, you can actually see on the output preview where these triggers will be activated. So turning that off again and you'll see that that thunderbolt has disappeared. I like to leave that one on. And we can allow mouse, wheel and arrow key scrolling on the output preview. Let me activate that and I'll show you what happens. If I scroll my mouse, I'm scrolling on my trackpad, it will allow the teleprompter to scroll as long as your mouse cursor is above the preview. If you click on the preview, you can use the arrow keys. I'm just pressing the down arrow key at the moment. Hit space to stop and then the up arrow key to scroll back. Now there are some other configurable options that aren't actually on this page, but more to do with stories themselves. So that includes the heading, the numbering and the colors. So let me go to the story section in preferences. Now, as you can see, there's two sections to this. One is for the story list, which configures this section of the window here. So one of those is to hide or show the text preview column. That's really handy to have. And also one to show the title color indicator for stories using the default. So in this case, the welcome story is using white, which is the current default color. There's no indicator there, but if I had that ticked, it would show it. But that's outside the scope of this really. We're looking at the teleprompter output and customizing that. Now, what I'm talking about specifically is the story number display. At the moment, we have the number above the story title. Another option is to have the number with the story title. So if I click that option and click OK, you can see now it's changed to show the number before the title. If I go to another story with a longer title, you can see it just appears there in line with the beginning of that title. Also, I'll just jump back into the preferences again. We'll go back to stories. We have the option to hide completely. This allows the titles to be maximized on the screen in terms of width. And coupled with hiding the indicators, you can have the full width for the title. That does remove the number. Having the number above also allows that as well, but with the number as well. So the title settings that I like is to have in line like this. So that's basically the end of this demonstration. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and click the notification bell to find out when more videos are posted. Until then, have a great day.